Hello, welcome to AAUW Conversation and Connection. AAUW stands for the American Association of University Women, and that sounds kind of highfalutin, but we're not. We advocate for equity and education, especially young girls and reentry women into college, but it's broader than that, so that should not be limiting. Before I start the program, this is our way of connecting with the community, another way to connect with the community. And so I have a couple people I haven't thanked in a while. One is our videographer, Phil, and sometimes I talk to him off screen just because I can. But he's been delightful to work with. I'm almost into my start of my third year soon. The other person I want to thank is Susan Rushton. She is actually a member of AAUW and very well known in the community as well. And I want to thank her because she gave us this idea to promote AAUW through this video. So, but she also, and just a little plug for her, she has 3 of these video shows. She has Oleo, Denizens, I believe. Amuse, and then English as a major.
Lifelong English major.
There you go. She talks about books, literary stuff. She's a fascinating and wonderfully well-rounded person. So catch some of her videos if you can. Anyway, so I talk about different people, usually members or connected to members. And today I am so thrilled to have someone from the community. Oh, before I do that, wait. I have to tell you about the last 2 shows. I had a little follow-up from Gayla Hebert, whose show we did last time, and she sent me pictures from Paris that she said she was going to the Olympics, and so she sent me a few pictures, and I can't wait to hear all about it. I just thought the Olympics were stunning. Even if they were controversial or anything, to me it said art, love, color, fun, Paris. I mean, it was just outstanding. And then there were the Olympian athletes. I mean, that was just the backdrop. I thought it was fantastic. That's one thing. The second one, I interviewed Ava Doak, and she was our scholarship recipient. And she had mentioned in the program how she had entered a few movies into a New York City, I think it was an amateur film contest. What was it?
High school.
High school. So anyway, thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
You see, we talk on. Anyway, she was so cute. I asked, how did it go? Did you win anything? And she said she did not win for the video that we talked about, which was Nothing as the title, but she won a short documentary about the Placer High tennis coach, and she sent it to me. It's so cute. So congratulations to her, and I was happy to have both of them on the show last time, or in 2 different shows but same day. So today I am talking to a young lady from Leadership Auburn. So we're going to talk about Leadership Auburn, but I want to welcome Kathe Trimble. Mm-hmm. And Katie, tell me first, let's start with the spelling of your name, because I couldn't get it on my computer.
Yeah, it's German.
Yeah,
so it's Katie, but it's K and then A with an umlaut, THE.
Yeah.
And so no TH sound in German.
Yeah.
So technically be like Kathe.
Kathe.
Named after my great grandmother. So.
I love that. I mean, it was just beautiful, and I'm going, well, is it Kathy? Is it, I was, but she said
I get all kinds of things.
Yeah, so Katie it is. But I love that. I love things that are special.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Katie, let me hear a little bit about your story. Do you live in Auburn? How you got to Auburn? And then we'll kind of segue into Leadership Auburn, what it is and how you got there.
Yeah, so I'm actually born and raised in Auburn.
Lovely.
So, yeah, long time permanent resident. I work in Auburn, live in Auburn, family, friends, everything in Auburn.
Okay.
So just very Auburn centric.
Yeah.
My dad went to school back when the city hall was
what's the
elementary
school? Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
There's a picture of him and Richard Yu on the front steps.
Oh my, Richard, yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it just really goes back like a long time.
Well, good for you.
My love for Auburn.
Yeah, oh, good for you. So that really is a special connection, whenever you You know, we always think where we're raised, we want to get away from it, or at least I did.
I used to think that.
Yeah. And then you kind of always go, oh, I'm so glad I grew up there, or I'm from there, you know, or something. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
good
a
on
great
you.
place to live.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really everything here.
Yeah, there
And
it is.
if it isn't here, it's close by.
Close by, yep.
I mean, I just love the recreation here.
Yeah, we have a lot of that.
We do.
So, Leadership Auburn, do you know a little bit of background on it, or how you got involved, or
Yeah.
what it is exactly?
I know a little bit of background. Roughly, it's basically like a 10-month-long program put on by the Chamber of Commerce where they encourage individuals from all walks of life within the community, you know, just residents or business owners,
Right.
You know, community leaders to just come together, learn more about Auburn, how it works, kind of who does what, and just kind of get a better sense of community. My parents are both business owners in town, and then my brother's also a business owner.
Oh, well, let's put plugs
So,
in.
yeah.
What do they have?
Well, my parents own Mid-Sierra Towing.
Okay.
And my brother owns Auburn Auto Doctors, and he also owns Auburn Guns and Ammo. And he's a
Auburn Auto
graduate
Doctor.
of the Auburn Leadership Class of 2013.
Okay.
My mom's a graduate of 2016.
How
So
fun.
she had a lot of really great people in
Yeah.
her class.
Yeah.
Who were still really active. Like in the community.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a big part of why we're so great. Now, disclosure, I was actually, I went through the program in 2002, and it started in 2000, so I was in the third class. But yeah, and I got involved just for those reasons, to get more involved in the community. I was working full time, and I didn't feel connected that much, as well as I was going into being president of AAUW at that time, and I thought, well, some leadership skills can't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was that. So the connection for us today, though, in my class was Colleen Conley. The original 2000 class had Laura Hudson. And Laura has since moved to Washington. I lost track of her, but she was a phenomenal AAUW president, and she did it all in a wheelchair. She had MS, and she was a role model.
Yeah.
And that she was stellar. So that's another reason I got involved, was through Laura. Then I went in 2002 class, and so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, everyone, honestly, who has gone through the program speaks so highly of it. Just that, not just the leadership aspect or learning about the community, but like lifelong friends. Connections.
Yeah. It's kind
great.
of fun. Yeah. Anyway, it was fun, and it still continues to be fun. And really, if you're interested, it's nice. I think they're just starting to ask for applications
They
now,
are now.
aren't they?
Yeah, because it starts technically, I want to say that orientation is September
That's
6th.
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah,
first
so
Wednesday. And
gotta
then they
get
do the
going.
retreat, and then
Right.
it's classes once a month.
Now, where did you have your retreat?
Up in Grass Valley.
Grass Valley, because we had our retreat up at the Presbyterian on Tahoe, Presbyterian Center on Tahoe.
Was it an overnight when you
Yeah.
guys? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we do the overnight, and we stayed like in like a courtyard suite right in downtown
Nice.
Grass Valley. So it's full day Saturday and then about a half day
Yeah,
Sunday. I mean,
Lovely.
it was the best experience.
it is fun.
And
Yeah.
just our administrator, I don't know if you guys had Scott Winters.
Yes, we did.
Just an amazing. Like
He's the one
so
that he
fantastic.
does little personal, I don't want to say quizzes, but little personal conversations and things that you answer, and he can tell this and that about
Yeah.
you. And at the beginning of the retreat, we did something, and I was considered an introvert. And then on the end, I was extrovert. And I'll never forget how he said, well, there's just sometimes we just don't know what we are. And I go, yeah, that's me. So anyway, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Really bonded everyone together,
Yeah.
which was, I feel like, the jumping off point to really feel so bonded and connected and feeling unified that we all just had this vision and passion for Auburn.
Yeah, you know, and that's what keeps us sustaining as a good community. I think it really does help. And I had forgotten that the chamber was actually the main sponsor, main guiding light of that. But yeah. Anyway, so look up Leadership Auburn. I'm sure you can look up Leadership Auburn and find a website for it.
Yeah, auburnchamber.net, and then they have it all over Leadership Auburn. They even have videos of previous classes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, fun. So
little
there you go.
tidbits.
There you go. Exciting. So do join. It is fun. And
It's a great time.
Okay.
You won't regret it.
No. So every class, well, almost every class, because my class didn't, but you kind of do a project, a city project, I'll call it, a class project. And I remember it was just starting, like I said, I was in the third year, and it was just kind of getting its legs about it. And I remember discussing projects that we might have done, that we ended up, I don't think my class did a project. I don't remember doing anything.
I think 2007 was the first.
I'm kind of thinking they were just kind of, okay, this really does need to be done. You know, we were just kind of doing some groundwork on it. And, but I think one class kind of cleaned up the walkway corridor on 49. I think that was a project. I think there's some benches downtown that are leadership benches.
Yeah, there's a bus stop improvement kind of right near Depot Bay
Yes,
Coffee on
yeah.
High Street. There's quite a bit of improvements in the Gold Country Fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
There's
that.
the corner of Auburn Folsom and High Street. There's like an ore cart and some beautification there. I think that was like the first
one.
Yeah, where
Okay.
they like kind of put the ore cart there and then did some like
Yeah.
decorative brushes and
Oh,
stuff around it.
you know, that's kind of fun to enjoy our town, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know, so the main topic is your project this year. And I have to tell you, I think your class just is phenomenal and did such a good job. So we're going to talk about that. But I will also say hi to Brandy as part of your class. Hi, Brandy. And she's a real lovely person to have in your committee or group, whatever, because she
wonderful.
just has so much energy. So anyway, so your project this year.
Yeah, is the Auburn Quail Trail.
Auburn Quail Trail.
And thank you for being, on my shirt too. Thank you for being supportive and
Look,
some of our swag bags.
Swag bags. Oh, I got a cute story about that, but I'll get to it when we get to the opening. So, okay, Quail Trail.
Yeah, so going back to our retreat with Scott, he really had us hone in on like, what are some goals? Like, you're going to come up with a project and you're going to do something, and we don't need to know what it is now, but like, what do you think your goals for this project are? And a lot of it was like unifying like the two districts, Old Town and Downtown, and just kind of bringing it together, because we didn't understand like why there's the seeming separation when they're very close and connected, and can't we work together? And so it was really driven by community wanting to give back, wanting to link us all together. And so it just kind of started brainstorming. I think it originally started out as maybe like a scavenger hunt, like kind of all through town, like still kind of doing a loop.
AAUW did a scavenger hunt 2 years ago, and I kind of led that, and that's exactly kind of what we did. Businesses in Old Town, downtown, scavenger hunt through town. So that was fun.
And we just wanted something, free, fun, like get you outdoors. And I think the parameters that Leadership Auburn sets, just because it is like a 10-month long program, and it's kind of like a graduating class. So you start, the school year, and then you do your project, and you get to the end, you're supposed to graduate, and it's supposed to be this self-sustaining project. Like, there it is.
Right.
And so because there's this time limit, we kind of realized we couldn't do the scavenger hunt and have it be a permanent installation with all the people, places, things, business owners.
It's a different dynamic to have happen. Yeah.
So we decided it's best that we limit and try and work just with the city and see like what can we do to kind of make this happen. And so it morphed into this self-guided interactive walking tour where we highlight 12 gems of Auburn. Some of them are a little bit more hidden, like the Armed Forces Pavilion and Community Garden. I can't tell you how many times I hear that. I've lived in Auburn my entire life.
That's that little garden by the VFW, or the Veterans Hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like the State Theater, then the Blue House right next to it.
Oh, the Forgotten Soldier. Is that what you're calling? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then next to it is what they call the Armed Forces Pavilion and Community Garden, where we had our lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so many people don't even know about that.
Yeah.
Or didn't know that School Park Preserve has concerts, or you can picnic down there.
Right. That's a little hidden gem that's hard to get to sometimes. I mean, I kind of know where it is because used to walk, not so much. I still get out there, but we used to walk all those just early morning. We were called the early morning walking peeps, and so yeah, we still do that. Yeah. But there are okay. Where can you start anywhere on this journey?
You can start anywhere on it.
Okay.
So it's designed to be like a hop on, hop off. Let's say you get off the freeway at Old Town and you're walking around and you happen to get a coffee and you're like, what's this sign?
Right.
Scan the QR code with your phone, takes you to our website, brings up the entire map. You can look at the illustrated map, or we even have like a Google Maps if that's your preferred word. It'll really tell you, walk up this street, take a right here, and
okay, well, let's take a pause there. So the QR code, I don't even know how to work those. Is that the only way to, is there any written material?
We do have written material, so you can right now go to the City of Auburn, visit Placer or the Holiday Inn and get, I don't know if you brought it in, like little postcards.
I
so it has
have
a map on one side,
yeah.
and then it has our logo, Auburn Quail Trail, with the QR code.
Right.
And the QR code basically is just designed, it's like a quick link to a website. So you just bring up your phone's camera and point it on it, and it'll kind of highlight it and bring up a link that you can just click on.
Yeah, it sounds easy. I tried. I couldn't. Anyway.
I had to train my mom a little bit. She's too, sometimes quick on the button.
We have to go together. But no,
I offer iPhone training classes.
Yes, exactly. But most people do know that, and so that's entire. So every stop, the 12 main stops on this guided tour of Old and downtown, has a queue,
Yes.
and it will tell about that particular.
Yes, so when you scan it and you go to the website, you can see each of the 12 points of interest. And then once you click on that location, there's photographs, and then there's also kind of personal stories that we've culminated from the group. So just kind of memories or history, and not like actual history, but more personal history, memories.
Well, that's for
that
example,
kind of
there's a quail sign by the umbrellas, what I call the umbrella corner.
Art park.
Art park. And so that's the one I tried to do the QR code on. I sort of don't think I made it. So what kind of little story about that corner?
So
do you know?
Yeah, so there's little unique stuff just about the Mosaic River going in there.
Yeah.
And then there's artwork of the sugar plum fairies on the wall. And then I don't know if you remember, they used to have a piano.
I love the piano.
There.
Yeah.
And they had to move it inside the restroom just to protect it from weather. But like one of my personal memories was my friend's daughter was taking piano lessons. And I just remember one spring morning, we literally parked at the clock tower, walked all the way down to the farmer's market, took that loop under High Street, through Bicentennial Park.
Yeah.
And then walked back, and on the way back, she was like, "Oh, Mom, look, like a piano!" And she just played us a little.
If you've never seen that piano, it's all colorful.
Yeah.
It's
an artistic piano.
It's almost like it's not real. It looks like it's a statue kind of thing, but it's a real piano. And a friend of ours was, she had to be 80. When we walked, and she got kind of sick, and so she'd walk with me. We have slow walkers, fast walkers, anyway. And she sat down one day and played that. That's one of our favorite memories of her. She's since passed away, and it was just so fun.
Yeah,
it was just fun. So good that you've got that little stop, and I know the garden. The reserve park. Where else do you? The clock tower.
Yeah. So if we kind of start, I guess, at the topmost location, it would be the Auburn Promenade Courtyard. So
the old hotel.
Yeah. And then it goes to Clock Tower.
Okay.
Then Central Square.
Okay.
And the Armed Forces Pavilion and Community Garden.
Okay.
And then down to City Hall.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Across to the Placer County Courthouse.
Right. Got to do the courthouse.
We encourage all the kids to run up the steps like Rocky.
Right.
Get some energy out.
Yeah.
And then we drop down to what we're calling kind of like the Old Town entrance.
Yes.
Where Hook and Ladder number 2. They actually have a little park there. It's called Firehouse Park.
Yeah.
And then Claude Channa Park.
Yep.
Loops kind of around to Herschel Young.
Okay.
Up Lincoln Way into Bicentennial Park.
Yeah.
And then you take
I'm still with you.
Then you take the fun little walking path that goes under Auburn Folsom.
Right.
Which many people are like, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And I don't want to tell this to too many people.
No.
But if, Gold Country Fair's coming up, you could always use that entire parking lot, including the upper one, and then just walk that
through.
tunnel path right across. Free parking. Lots of free parking.
going to fill up.
And then the Gold Country Fairgrounds is also a stop.
Oh, good.
And then you can just cruise up High Street to School Park Preserve,
Okay.
and then kind of ending at Art Park. That would be the 12th stop. So it just
So
kind of
kind of
loops
that
along
loop.
with a little tail.
Oh, it's just so fun, so fun. So the opening, I don't know, we call it what did you guys do?
We did a launch party.
Yeah, and
Just
it was
to kind of officially let the community
Yeah.
know that signs are up, it's walkable.
right. August 4th was the date. I remember that, and it had refreshments, and I think
Yeah.
the whole class was there. It was beautiful.
It was.
And and it advertised swag. So this is my personal little story. So I got a bag, I got a t-shirt. Katie's wearing her t-shirt. I think I picked up a cookie, whatever. And so then I'm coming out ready to leave, and James was there, very sweet man. And I said, well, where are the swags? Because I'm thinking a swag. I don't know, it's what my mind went to. Something you hang up, a swag. And he goes, oh, honey, that's the free stuff. You've got the bag. So it was like, again, okay, see why I have struggle with QR codes? I don't know. So, but anyway, it was so fun.
He's a sweet guy too.
And
he also works for the city.
I can't tell you enough about this class and this project. You thought of everything. It was beautiful. They've got the postcards. They've got they brought in the new world of communication. You brought in old stories of the town. You really did such a good job.
Thank you.
And just I can't talk. I think if we 20 years ago had even an inkling to do something that dramatic and wonderful, it wasn't. It was just born. It wasn't going anywhere yet.
We were passionate, and nothing against a beautification, because I feel like we need beautification. We need art and all that stuff.
You kind of combine that
we
too.
just really, really, really wanted to do something bigger, and the word that kept floating around in the background was, we want this class to have a legacy.
Yeah.
Like, we want something impactful.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really drove our class.
And the idea that you brought the two downtown Old Town together is kind of cool, because does Chamber represent them, or they have their own business association?
They have their own business association,
so, but it's
separate.
Yeah, but it's not a horrible relationship.
No, they're having a good relationship,
Yeah.
and honestly, I feel like some of the stuff that was talked about that it wasn't so pleasant is false, and it's actually pretty good and collaborative, and they're really trying to get on board with scheduling their events cooperatively, so it isn't competing.
Yeah. I find that admirable as well, because there were for a while some rumors, and in any organization there might be somebody contrary. You never know. But I'm so happy, because it does bring us together, and it will support both in a better way.
Yeah.
And
we're really happy. We're so pleased, proud. I mean, it just came together so well, and not to say that it was easy. It wasn't. It
seems effortless.
Yeah.
It seems effortless.
It seems effortless at the end.
See my bag? See my swag? This is my swag.
Perfect.
They had bags, and they had the QR code postcards, your
We were
T-shirt.
giving away ice cream for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Vicky had ice cream. You can always kind of find Vicky because she brings her ice cream.
Yeah.
She's so cute. Anyway, wonderful event and project. So, last, I think, but I don't know, how did it get its name, Quail Trail?
So it's kind of funny, when it started out as like a scavenger hunt, we were thinking, well, what could we have people look for? It isn't too big and isn't too small. And what kind of says Auburn? And I don't know, it just kind of came up that, maybe something with like the California quail, like it's our native bird, like it's a ground bird.
Or the bird sanctuary.
And then it just rhymed with trail.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know Ann Downey, she's retired from ARD, but I mean, I have to give credit to Ann. And she was just like, what about the Quail Trail? And it was just so cute, and it rhymed, and I think
It just
and then
stuck.
it was like we could later when we launch it, we could unveil the Quail Trail, and then we were just, it was like sold.
And the logo, look around town. Even if you don't do it, you can pass these signs, the Quail signs.
Yeah.
And they're nice size. They're not little. They're
like
they're
traffic
pretty,
style sized.
And so again, kudos to you guys. Which brings me to, maybe this will be the last question. I never have a last question. You gotta roll with that. But so how did you fund all this? Did you guys do some fundraisers? Did you just always get help? I know Old Town Pizza is great for you guys.
We did a couple different things. So we did have like a sponsorship proposal packet. So we did offer people just the chance if they wanted to donate just a blanket sum for our project.
Okay.
And that was available. We didn't necessarily know if that would be enough. So we did host a bingo event back at Crooked Lane on April 30th.
Okay.
And that was wildly successful. It was a little bit chaotic. We had so many things going on. We had bingo games. We had a silent auction. We had 25 different raffle items.
Yeah.
It was just giving away everything. So we had wonderful sponsors for our raffle. Crooked Lane was excellent. Like, didn't charge us a dime. Was just like, here you can host. Here's all the bingo stuff.
Yeah.
No problem. Because I think, it was mutual. We brought in business for each other.
Sure.
And then Old Town Pizza is just wonderful. Reese is just one of our biggest sponsors.
He's the biggest sponsor of Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, that man needs a statue or something. I don't know. He's phenomenal. And I actually walked into your little opening. He comes up beside me, and a couple days before I saw him at the coffee shop, and I said, "Hi, Reese," and I recognized him. He comes up behind me. He has sunglasses, and he's standing, not sitting, and I go, he says, "Hi, Sharon." I go, "Oh, I think I know you." It was Reese.
Yeah,
I felt so.
to me.
I mean, the sunglasses. Take those sunglasses off and sit down. But anyway, he's just a joy.
Yeah, and a big supporter.
Yeah.
And I mean, he also offered us to do like a revenue sharing night. So June 18th, we had like a profit sharing kind of event, and I mean that was also just so successful. He even brought his business group out there and supported us.
Yeah.
I mean, I work for the county, and so I got transit, which is the buses.
Right.
We had like a big pizza party. We were just trying to get everybody to.
Just fun. We
the trail.
do our major for AAUW is our trivia bee. We need to pull some of your ideas because we have a dinner and teams that buy in to play this game, and it's fun. And anyway, that's our. We'll have that connection.
It sounds fun. I like trivia.
Yeah. And Reese was, again, and this year's last plug is Sports Mania. And so Reese already thinks he has 2 teams, and they were just cats meow, these kids.
Yeah.
So kids. Everybody's a kid at some point.
One thing I did want to say was that if you wanted to visit the website and look at the map, you don't have to scan the QR code. You could go to our website. It's actually on exploreauburnca.com, which is the City of Auburn's website. And if you navigate to Family Fun, then you'll find the Auburn Quail Trail.
Awesome. All right. That's just... I just can't say enough good. So I think we're winding down. I want to thank everybody that visited us today. Katie, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
That was so fun. Please go out and look at the Quail Trail. It's pretty phenomenal. I want y'all to have a good summer. We got lots coming up. Democratic Convention. Sorry, I got to plug that. We already got the RNC. So, and then we got the Olympics. Those 2 are gone. Paralympics are coming up, and like I said, the DNC starts Monday. So, so that's my little. Oh, and the most important, if you pay attention, what time of year is it? Can you say football? Can you say 49ers? Oh, absolutely. And so till next time in our conversation, please take care of one another. And like my mom always said, be safe. School starts, and be smart because school starts. So thank y'all. Take care.